right, here we go. We're live. Can you guys hear me?
We got you.
Okay, good. So it's 8 o'clock. Thank you for being here. I hope yesterday was awesome. I hope it was incredibly good. And tomorrow, man, I hope tomorrow's even better. But we're going to talk about today. I want to talk about on all these calls how to win the day. That's going to be our thing. How to win the day. Because let me get Julie in here. There she is. Hey, Julie.
Morning.
So yeah, we want to talk about how to win the day, such that you guys have some confidence, some knowledge, some insight, and some inspiration to go out and really do really good things. And what's even better about today is it's a Friday, end of the week. We love that. Right? And it's even better because we're going into a long weekend. All right, which is cool. Now, here's what I want to talk about before we get into anything else. Long weekends, I love them. Extra day to spend with my family, my friends, myself, which will probably be most of the time. But all that stuff, right? I can get caught up on stuff. I can do nothing. Again, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But it's just good to unplug once in a while and get that free day. Now, here's the thing. We talk about this on Fridays all the time. Make sure you end the week strong so you go into the weekend and it's really good. And you come back next week and you're ready to go, fresh, canned, rested, and ready, all that stuff. More important on these long weekends than ever that you finish the week strong. So what I want to encourage everybody to do, and I'm going to push hard on my people about this, is the way you make a good week great and the way you make your weekend unbelievable, okay? Take your normal thing. Say you're going to contact 20 people today. First of all, you're going to feel this massive pull to mail it in, to show up halfway, to coast, to leave early, to think about leaving early and then leave early, which means you left twice. You might not have even shown up, right? Don't do that. Fight that. Fight that. Come at it with, you know what? Since this is an extra week, I got an extra day. I'm going to work extra hard today and make sure I get my number. So if you're normally calling 20 people a day, add 5. Say you're going to talk to 25 people. And here's the thing. Focus. And get those 25 in the same amount of time that you'd get 20 in, right? And it's just a matter of focus, dialing in just a little bit more, okay? The second thing I want you to do is to really take a hard look at any leads you have and reach out to them. Reach out to every single flipping lead you have. And you're going to ask them 2 questions. Number 1, if you're a buyer, do you still want to buy a property? Question mark. That's the end of story. Do you still want to buy a property? And whether they say yes or no, your next question is, what is the next step? And then listen to what they tell you to do. And then do it. Because they're going to tell you, you know what, follow up with me after the holiday. Follow up with me next week. Yes, I'm ready to go. Can I look at properties? Whatever. Do you still want to buy? What's the next step? Whether they say yes or no. If they say yes, good. What's the next step? Show me this. No, that's I'm not ready. Okay, what's the next step? Follow up with me. You win. Same thing if you're going after a listing. Question number 1, do you still want to sell your house? Your condo, your land, your whatever. Do you still want to sell? Whether they say yes or no, what's the next step? That's it. 2-question dialogue, 6 words. You can do it. You can do it. So call everybody and ask those 2 questions. Then listen to what they tell you. Listen to what they tell you. And then do what they tell you. They're going to give you the recipe for how to deal with me. Okay? You do that. Now you're talking to people, so you're getting new leads. You're following up on your leads. Then the third thing I want you to do today is get ready for next week. Clear your runway. Get all that stuff such that you come in on Tuesday and you know where your lead gen's going to be, what neighborhood you're focused on, whatever you're going to do. You know. It's set up, it's ready, it's waiting for you Monday or Tuesday when you roll in. Okay? And you know the properties you're going to preview. You got them laid out. You've got them scheduled. They're for Tuesday afternoon, so you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to research where you're going to research. Okay. And then that leads into the trends. Make a concise outline. What am I going to study next week in terms of price? Am I going to look at days on market? Am I look at prices? Am I looking at inventory? What am I looking at? Know what I'm going to look up. You don't want to research your research. Know what it is. Because what that's going to do, think about it. What that's going to do, you're going to go home today feeling good about the work you put in. And that is such a vital thing to the melon, right? And when you're feeling good, everybody else is going to feel good around you. You're going to lighten up a room, all right? Or you're going to take a light room and make it really bright. It's such a good position to be in. As opposed to, oh, yeah, I kind of screwed off today, but look at me, right? You never feel as good about that as you do when you work hard. It's just, you leave the gym after working hard, just like, yeah, I'm tired, I'm worn out, but yeah, look at me. It's the same thing with your workday. There's just no doubt about it. So when you can do that, knowing that you're all set to go on Tuesday, it is really a cool thing. I'll give you another example. I used to go on vacation. I still go on vacation, but when I would go on vacation, it'd be like somebody pulled the fire alarm and we just got the hell out of the house, right? A mess, disaster. And then you come home to that same mess and disaster, right? But I figured out, or my wife figured it out for me. If you have it organized and you leave a neat, tidy, orderly place, you come home to a neat, orderly place. It's a better situation because you almost always come back, if you're like me anyway, a little worn out from your vacation. You say, yeah, you go on vacation to get rested up and whatever. No, I come back worn out, dragging. Is typically the way I operate. So what we do now is we have our house cleaner come the day before we leave to go on vacation. So we're almost assured that we're coming back to a neat, orderly place. It's the same concept here, y'all. When you leave the office today, make sure it's tight, it's organized, such that when you come back in on Tuesday and you're fresh and ready, you're jumping into productivity, not into planning, not into prep. You've already done that. Does that make sense?
Completely.
I forgot to do this. Jeff, tell me about your thoughts on that.
Oh, well, I think it's amazing. You used to tell me one of your coaches used to leave his leads, his calls on his desk, and people would come. That was Mike Ferry. And people would come and say, "Why do you do that?" And he said, "No one's going to take these leads on my desk and call them." And so he just planned forward like that, and that really pushed on his productivity. I mean, he got it done.
I'm just playing. Keep talking.
We can see that.
It may look like I know what I'm doing, but I don't.
And here's a hack for those of you that are new. If you can stand it, the first 8 months, and we'll talk about this if we have time. The wealth building information that I sent to John yesterday. Don't take the whole weekend off. I used to work when I was new, when all the rich agents that were successful were on their boats in Crab Island. I was doing open houses like Julie does. I was working, trying to intercept their leads to get my business going because I needed to. Mm-hmm. So the luxury of a 3-day weekend is nice if you're hitting your numbers.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to push back a little bit on that. It's nice to take a break, to get a little oil back in the lamp as well. There's no doubt about it. And what I would counsel y'all on this, and I'm pretty good at this, it's a gift I have. I can turn it off. I can leave the office and not worry. In my world, there are no real estate emergencies. Okay. My clients probably don't want to hear that, but there are no real estate emergencies. Nobody's dying. Nobody's anything. There's no real estate emergencies. I think a lot of the emergencies are self-imposed. So,
definitely
give yourself a chance to unplug, because then when you plug back in, you're going to have true energy. It's like sleep, right? Get good sleep. Get a chance to unwind. All right. Now, maybe you don't need 3 days, because I'll guarantee I'll be working over the weekend. But here's the thing. I enjoy doing this. It's really, I mean, like, you call it work, I'd be doing it anyway, right?
John,
Mark, what do you got on that?
Yeah, so you said something just struck a chord with me. When we look at our conscious mind is our goal setter, our unconscious mind is our goal getter. And so when you end the week already thinking about the plan, you can be consciously present. But what's going to happen is your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind is still working on that. It's like RAM in the background, working on that so that it's going to be ready to roll on Tuesday. If you don't set the conscious mind, the goal setting, subconscious mind is going to be chasing other things. So I think that's a pro move, is you're stacking the deck so that whether you realize it or not, it's turning in the background, running those programs, preparing for Tuesday, because you set it in motion of I'll be ready and here's what I will do.
Love it. Love it. Julie, impart some wisdom on us.
Well, one of the things I would say is, in order for you to be able to relax when you want to take time off, is, there's always going to be clients, buyers or sellers, or someone who you feel like you need to respond to. In order to completely relax, you set the expectation prior. So if you have that seller that calls you every single day, texts you every day, expects you to get back to them, ahead of time, you say, I'm going to be in the Grand Canyon this weekend and I will not have cell service. So you won't hear from me until I get out. And that could be 7, 8, 9 o'clock on Monday. When you do that, then you can relax. Even if you do have cell service doing whatever you're doing, when you set the expectation ahead of time, that gives you the peace of mind that you can relax and you don't need to respond. And then, like you said, there's no emergency, but let's say you get, a full price offer on a listing, you can respond. But if you set the expectation ahead of time, or you have someone covering your business so that you can completely relax, that's how you are able to let your mind off the hook and not be, even you're going to work even when you're not working if you don't set the expectation ahead of time.
Yep. Here's what I'm going to tell you about that. Absolutely true. Right on. Awesome. Starts with the person looking back at you in the mirror every time. If you treat yourself like a professional, others will treat you like a pro. If you don't treat yourself like a professional, nobody else is going to. So start with the person in the mirror. You don't get to call the doctor at all hours. Maybe you have a concierge or something. I don't know, but you're paying for that. You don't get to do a lot of things, right? Unless it's scheduled, unless it's under certain terms and conditions. When you let there be a fire drill every time the phone rings or whatever, that's a you problem. Get that straightened out with yourself. Treat the first thing when my group ever asks, hey, what do I do like this? What do I do in this situation? Be a pro. First of all, be a pro. Be a professional. Treat other people like they're professionals and you'll be fine. Okay. It's the people that drop everything. I'll give you an example. Somebody says, I want to see property. Okay. The amateur drops everything, says, okay, great. Where do you want to go? Right? Drops everything. I want to see condos. Okay, great. And then it just ends. They don't ask what, where, how, what, any of this stuff, right? Just, okay, let me start showing properties. What's your price range? I'll schedule 78 showings. It's gonna be great. I'm dropping everything. I was supposed to go to my kid's baptism, but F that. We'll do something else. A pro says, terrific, happy to help you. Here's when I'm available. And can I ask you some questions so I can help you achieve your goals?
John, can I comment on that?
I wish you would.
So as a new agent, I was that person that felt like, okay, anytime somebody is calling, I have to jump for them. And I learned so quickly how valuable my time is and how easy it is for people to waste my time. And so it's so important to set those boundaries. Even yesterday, realizing I've got to set new boundaries so that this is my lead gen time. This is an appointment. You can't infiltrate that. And so it's so important, I would say, as a newer agent to realize you've got to set boundaries so that people take you just as serious as you want to take yourself.
But it's hard, right?
Very,
It's hard.
very.
Yeah. You think, oh my word, I need the deal. I need, so this is it.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful. Be very
You
careful.
need the respect more than you need the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Treat yourself like a pro first.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people need money or whatever. So let's bounce into the next thing here. That was Destiny Powell talking. And we invited Destiny on because she's new is probably, well, you still, I mean, the overall scheme of things, 2.5 years. Is that what we're talking about?
A little less than 2, well, a little over 1 year.
1
This
year.
was
Okay.
her
So
full
even
year.
more.
This is her full rookie year.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Tell us a little bit about you, Destiny. Why real estate? Just give me some background. I don't even know if I know this.
Yeah, sure.
You woke
So
up one day
I
and said, "Oh my word, I got a chance to be a realtor." What?
Of course. So I was a home child care provider for about 8 years through the military. Military brat, been here since 1990, and I got tired of changing diapers. You know, I was noticing when I was reading.
Then why'd you become a realtor?
Yeah, I needed to
I've never
challenge
met so many
myself.
people full of ever.
Right. And so I remember loving previewing properties with my mom, you know, and we would just go and look at homes. And I was like, I could see myself doing this. And so I just decided I'm going to get my license. And so I got my license.
Hold on, pause.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into real estate because I like seeing properties. All right, so now you're a year in.
Mm-hmm.
Did it line up? Did it hit? Or are you your expectation versus reality?
Oh, no, it was a completely different reality. I figured I'd get my license and just start selling houses left and right, and did not realize all the work on the back end that it requires to be a good realtor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So wait a minute. You don't just put a sign in the yard and take the highest price?
Oh, I wish.
Oh.
No.
Right. Okay. Right. So, all right, give me some examples. Like how, what have you had to overcome? What's your struggle? Tell me your struggle.
Honestly, my biggest struggle right now is the people that are closest to me understanding the severity of my business, you know, how serious I am and intense I am about my business. Even my own dad.
They think you're playing?
Oh, they
Wow.
just don't take it seriously, you know, and
hobby?
having to say, hey, I'm working right now. I can't talk to you. You know, I can't take you to school right now. You're going to have to get a ride from somebody else because I'm working. Just because I'm home doesn't mean I'm not working. So even with friends, having to lose friendships over this. But
so even though I'm home, I'm working, right? Because mom's home. Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm working over here, right?
Right.
So let me ask you. You're at home, you're working. Do you have an office in your house?
I do.
You close the door?
I close the door.
Put a sign on there. Mom's at work.
I need to get a sign that says mom is
And
at work.
even then,
Even then they come in.
Mm-hmm. It's hard, right? I think most realtors work from home. Is that fair to say? You guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she's touching on something. The people in our life that we're used to unfettered access, they're the ones that still want to drag you back into that old way. And I love that you say, this is serious business. And I'm even willing to part ways with those that don't support my new vision for myself.
And have had to.
So is it working? Are you happy?
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm having the time of my life with this. I am.
What's next then? What are you on schedule? Are you changing your schedule? What are you doing?
What's next for me is working on more of the organization back end of my business, because I've just been go, get listings, get buyers. And now it's, let me take care of my database. Let me take care. And so that way that database can start working for me.
I wish I would have thought that way 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Took me 15 years to figure that out. So no, that's good. That's good for you. I'm glad to hear that. So you're a year in. I think you've been working with Mark, right?
Yeah.
And for those you don't know, Mark's a coach. He has a coaching apparatus.
Amazing coach, team lead as well.
And why is that beneficial, or has it been beneficial for you?
Coaching kept me accountable. I wasn't just winging it every day. We showed up a couple times a week. We meet in person. And then I wanted a different level of intensity. So I joined the team. And that's where I've really progressed, is being on the team, because we're intense. Love it.
Love it. Julie, do you have coaching? Have you always had coaching?
I've had coaching since 1999. I'm a big fan of coaching because I remember one time a coach saying to me, Tiger Woods has a coach. Michael Jordan has a coach. No matter how good you get at what you're doing, you still can't see what you can't see. You can't see what you're doing wrong. You have blind spots.
Mhm.
You can't see your swing, to use, Tiger Woods as an example. I know Jeff is, into cycling. You can't see how your spin is, or how you're seated, or whether you're balanced. You can't see things.
Oh, I can see
that
he's
others can
unbalanced.
see. Yes. So you have to have somebody that can see things that you can't. So no matter what level you're at, you just have to, if you outgrow your coach, you get a new coach. But
Love it. Jeff, you had a coach, right?
Oh, I have 3 of them now. I have a nutrition workout guy, a bike coach.
And a wife, so he's really got 4.
Okay.
one
Probably
thing I
4
would
and a half.
comment that Destiny said is, your lead gen time is an appointment. And one of the things I learned early on is I thought that people respected what I was saying, when I'd say, I'm going to my child's baton twirling competition. And I came to realize you don't tell people what you're doing. You just say, I have a commitment, because then they feel like they have the right to judge what you're doing and decide where on the totem pole that fits with what they are and how they see themselves. But, you never hear a doctor or a dentist or CPA say, I'm going to this, that, or the other. They just say, I have a commitment. I have an appointment availability tomorrow at 2, or, Wednesday at 10:15, which works better for you. You give them a couple of options and you say, that's when you have availability. And other than that, you're committed. Otherwise, they feel like they can make a judgment on what you're doing is not as important as they are.
You may want to replay that. I think that was probably a really good situation that you just talked about.
Yeah.
Really good. Really good. All right. So here's the thing. We do this every morning, Monday through Friday, except next coming Monday, which is going to be a holiday. Our goal here is to help you win the day, because if you win the day, you'll win the week, you win the year, right? You win a couple of years, you have a career worth having and talking about. So that's cool. And I'm excited about it. We got a new format here. I'll get better at being the
Moving the
whatever it
screens
is I'm
around.
being. What's that?
Moving the screens around.
Yeah, moving the screens around. We'll have fireworks going off here pretty soon. But at any rate, it's really exciting for me to do this because I love talking. And it's mostly, I think, for the agents like you, Destiny, the ones that are getting started, trying to put up some curbs to get to where you're going faster, a little bit easier. Because quite honestly, y'all, I really firmly believe you want to get this thing up and running as quickly as you can so you can earn as much income as you can, and then use that income from commissions to invest to create wealth such that you don't have to work unless you want to, which is a really good situation. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do here. Anybody got to add anything before we shut this thing down?
John, you're hitting it out of the park. I love the new format. I love, the biggest thing that I would say is y'all share this to your screens or to your Facebook feed. Let people know about it. Come back, comment, because John can address. You comment, it goes up on the screen. We can engage with that. John can engage with it and use this to its fullest potential. You have a millionaire real estate agent right here, Monday through Friday, who will just open up the books and share it with you. And his panelists are here to help. And y'all, this is a forum that if you're not playing all in, you're just missing it.
Yeah, I don't know what everybody else has done, but I can tell you my group is closing in on a little over 600 million in sales and 1,500 transactions. So we do some business, no doubt. But I love, and I've been in coaching for 20 years with some of the best coaches in the country, which is really cool. But I'm happy to help. I want to help. And I'm living it day in and day out through my people who are your same. We hired an 18-year-old. She just started. Today's day 2.
Nice.
Think about that. In 20 years, she's going to be 38.
You're going to be 78.
Wow. Can you imagine? How cool is that? So I'm excited for her. I'm excited for me being excited for her. So there you go. Hey, y'all, have a great weekend. Enjoy your people. Make sure you do it right, though. Work really hard today. Talk to your people. Do your lead follow-up. Schedule for next week so you come in and your runway's clear and you can hit the ground running.
Hey, Julianne Patton is excited.
Yeah, she's on here.
Oh, she on here. There she is. That's who it is.
Yeah.
What a future ahead of that young lady. Very, very exciting.
Hey,
All
throw
right.
up on the screen so we can see her real quickly before we get out of here.
Do what?
Goal, retire at 40 or earlier.
Yeah.
Click on her comment so we can see who she is. Give her kudos.
Oh, there she is.
All right.
Very excited. Very
Nice.
cool. All right, y'all. Hey, go home or work hard. Go home feeling good. Turn up the music. Have fun. We'll see y'all on Tuesday. See ya.
Bye, guys.